south, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready. 10 Lobo.
It's going to be a long...
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And now this pass brought in by Brown. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, it was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. He's going to look deep down the field. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Protein spill.
Throwing again, Lawrence. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, orbit. Hit it.
Off play action. Lawrence. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Here we go. 180!
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
11. 12, fellas, here we go.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DeAndre Hopkins, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No problem there on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they had a long drive going last time, but it stalled out. But still, maybe something positive to carry forward from that last drive.
Well, a few different things that you carry forward. Number one, as you noted, they were moving it pretty well, so that gives them a lot of confidence. The second part is, keeps your defense off the field, gives them a chance to rest up a little bit. And last but not least, you've taken a good look at what you've done on offense, noted where the weaknesses are, and you know when you want to come back to them.
I like when you're organized with your points. Well done.
A, B, and C.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence looking deep for Julio. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. 180. Go. Hey, alert. Get up.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And a catch made by Hopkins. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Complete to Hilton. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Looking to throw. Lawrence to the right side and complete to Hurst. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. On 2nd down, it's Jacobs. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. They'll get 3 out of the dump-off there, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. There to make the tackle, Samson Abukum. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw is Garoppolo. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. Jimmy Garoppolo with his second touchdown pass of this first half. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. On first down, Lawrence into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ballgame. Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Come on. 21.
On play action, now Garoppolo. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Hilton. He's got it at the 15. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
It's a party now. It's a party now.
One, Omaha.
Check 25. Check 25.
McCaffrey on the counter. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
45 to Mike. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down, 4 down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Big stop, let's go. Alert 3, alert 3.
White. Flag. Hey, Charlie.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage and mixed traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come off the ball hard. Jam.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 13, 13.
Check 45 to my
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and their lead will swell up to 28. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Line, 15 line.
Watch tight, tight end's right. Watch tight, tight end's right.
Now.
To throw on second down. Lawrence. Jones has it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Brings up third and 2.
10-2 stop.
Come, baby. Woo!
Get it.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
It's fourth down.
The Falcons send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Here's Jackson to return. An excellent return that time. 26 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. A third quarter score now from MetLife Stadium. And the Giants are starting to pull away in that one. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. It's complete to Hopkins. Touchdown, Carolina. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point forthcoming. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The delay of game backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. That one goes for 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Caught by Jones. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Pardney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Black 80!
Switch. Hey,
hot.
check 24.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, you got to be happy to see it executed and being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been excellent, 6 for 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Here's McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it, and the Falcons grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. He's going to go for a big play, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it, and the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the 4th quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. This is McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 27 yards there, a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 34. McCaffrey. And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
All day, just like that, just like that.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching, and he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Off the play fake. Lawrence. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Panthers are going to get it back in excellent field position.
Here we go.
Check 45 to Mike. I smell fear.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary.
Here we go.
But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the downward spiral continues as they drop to 0-6 now. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.